Outward Bound had always been in the back of my mind. I was on the cusp of change in my roles and I approached my manager and went, look, this sounds fantastic, I really want to do it. So that's how it kind of came about.
Yeah, I went to Outward Bound over a year ago as a result of basically my work, paid for it. They had had people go before who had said it was such a good experience and they sort of knew the value of what you get out of Outward Bound.
We were looking for something to help people who wanted to develop, and Outward Bound seemed like a good opportunity and a good fit.
Landcorp Farming sends people to Outward Bound purely on its reputation, and I did get the opportunity myself to actually be at a course down at Outward Bound, and considering that reputation and my experience at Outward Bound, I thought, hey, this is a great place to send some of our young and up-and-coming people.
We have a scholarship through work, so on the very last day I put my application through. Wasn't all that confident that I'd get it, but I think it was the following day that had a phone call to say it was accepted, and so it was a desperate case of trying to find out a little bit more about Outward Bound, exactly what I'd actually signed up for.
I get a huge amount of pleasure from it. It's a real privilege to be with people when they are at the edge of their learning, when they're feeling vulnerable, when they're just having a great time. It's a real privilege as a person from outside. And the relationships that I have built up with clients are very long-lasting ones.
First of all, I think for them it was quite amusing that the lipstick girl wanted to go on Outward Bound, and to be brutally honest, I think that that's the challenge I'd throw out to all, in particular young women working in the corporate or government sector, is that anyone can do this program, and when you come back, the ultimate for me is that sense of achievement that I've got through it, and I had a fantastic time and I learned a lot about myself.
The best thing for working for Outward Bound is the success stories you hear. I speak to maybe 20,000 people a year, and of those 20,000 people, you just hear a whole bunch of success stories of people that did a course this year, last month, 30 years ago, and they all have the one thing to say about Outward Bound. It's the best thing they've ever done.
It was all about personal development and how you grow as a person and how that reflects on your time that you're at work, I guess, and how you interact with other people, and that it can't help but reflect on your work if you develop more your personal skills and your self-confidence and stuff like that, and that will reflect in how you work with people as well.
Outward Bound is very much around the last man first, so I think it's around compassion of your team members. There was such varying physical capabilities within our group, and you really strove to make sure that that person who was last to get up the hill got up the hill and got up okay. So it helped me in a lot of group dynamics about understanding my work ethics compared to other people's, because everyone works at a different pace and everyone moves at a different pace.
A lot of team sort of sessions and a lot of work around seeing how the team actually performs together, and so that was another really big challenge. Just like climbing the mountain, it was how do we make sure that the team dynamics actually stay together.
And it stretches people in a way that you don't get in a classroom-based program. It's real and immediate, and people feel it, not just think it.
There's probably a time in any course that you see people really stretching themselves. A good example is up in the ropes course, where people are, definitely way out of their kind of natural environment up in the trees and having to jump across between platforms and do things like that, and you see them just push past whatever they, thought that they were capable of.
You learn to be comfortable with not knowing what's happening and just going with the flow and adapting and working as a team and sort of learning that you can get through whatever's coming up.
The realisation that they can do way more than they thought they could. Sometimes it's just the real small things about being part of a successful team, things that they couldn't even dream about before coming here, things that they've done. Yeah, it's kind of the pressure cooker of an OB course, brings out the best in people.
And it's about challenging yourself around what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, and both of those are quite powerful tools in the workplace and on a personal level.
We particularly liked, I think, about what we were hearing and seeing is that the Outward Bound values and the Shell values melded quite well together. Our values are honesty, integrity and respect for people, and I know that some of those overlap with the Outward Bound values.
The facilitators come from a business background themselves, so they're either running small businesses or have worked in businesses and have got a broad range of organisations that they work with. So what they bring is lots of experience of what goes on in organisations.
People that come to Outward Bound want to learn something, want to gain something from attending the course. We use the outdoors as a tool, just like a university uses a classroom. We used sailing, tramping, kayaking. They're just tools. The model of learning that we use is experiential learning, so learning through doing, learning through experiencing, not just reading or creating some sort of fake environment in a workshop, but actual leadership development through leading a group of people, actual communication development through having to communicate with people.
The framework for the theoretical stuff that goes into Navigator is based on some work that looks at what do I need to manage as my priorities to be really effective in my job. And the first one is I need to manage me, so self-management is a key part of that. I need to manage my boss because that's where the resources come from. I need to develop good relationships with peers, and I need to be an effective leader of others.
When people come back from Outward Bound, they're invigorated. They are keen to actually progress very quickly into other roles, into more senior roles, and that's great. It just shows in the person they're warm and they're bouncing, and as I say, they've got a hunger to do well in the company.
One of the things that happens on Outward Bound is that people get an opportunity to think quite deeply about what's important to them and what's important to them personally and as a leader and a team member. And I think it's very important that conversations happen with managers and managers' about what people learned and what experiences will help them to consolidate that learning back at the workplace.
If you go to Outward Bound having these real goals, then I think if you follow them, then you'll achieve them. And also, if you don't really know what you want, you'll come away from Outward Bound with a whole lot of skills that will help you achieve what you want anyway. And for me, it really gave me focus to sort of make the changes in my life that I knew that I needed to do, but I didn't have anything to sort of give me a kickstart or to really make me focus on doing those things.
Anakiwa is a fantastic spot. I've seen an amazing part of the countryside down here, so for anyone that's wanting to do it, absolutely, go for it.
I would say go for it, grasp it, push bosses, management or yourself and just enjoy it.